Okay, we're going to go over the teaching progression for the press. And this is pretty simple of the movements that we're going to do today. So Jake is going to walk up to the bar, and we're going to take a grip on the bar as narrow as we can without our index finger interfering with the shoulder joint. So for most guys, that'll be somewhere just outside. This stuff on the bar, the rough stuff's called knurl. And then there's a smooth section in the middle. So for most of the guys, it's going to be just outside of that smooth part and onto the knurl. So when we see from the front, go ahead and grab the bar. He's going to just grab it normal first. Yeah. He's going to grab it, and we're just going to look to make sure the index finger is probably just outside. What we don't want to see, a lot of people like to press really wide, right? And that's going to cause us some shoulder problems over time if we start pressing too wide. So we want to be as narrow as we can be. It'll be stronger in the long run. Good. Once he's got that narrow grip, he's going to pick his elbows up and turn his hands outside so that the heel of the hand right here makes contact with the bar. When he does that, some of his pinky finger and some of his other fingers can't go all the way around the bar, but they just lay on top of the bar. But that's fine, because the important part here is to have the heel of the hand on the bar. Good. Once he's there, he's just going to squat down and rotate his elbows under the bar and pick it up. And he's going to make sure that he keeps his wrists fairly straight. So there's not too much bend back here in the wrist. They're fairly straight, and the bar is still on the heel of the hand. Go ahead and step back a little bit. Good. So talking about a couple of the starting positions, right? So the bar is just under his chin, and the elbows are slightly in front of the bar. So we don't want to see the elbows back behind the bar. When we do that, the bar comes out in the front a little bit. So the elbows are slightly in the front. Yeah. And when we look from the side, the end of the barbell, you should be able to draw a straight line from the barbell down to his foot, and it should go right over the middle of the foot. So that's right about where you tie your shoe. So the tie on your shoe, that's where we should see the bar. A straight line hung straight over the middle of the foot with elbows slightly in front. Good. From here, he's just going to start getting tight from the floor up. So he's going to squeeze his quads nice and tight. Good. He's going to take a great big deep breath and hold it. And he's going to look straight forward, and he's going to go ahead and press the bar above his head. Good. The top of the press is going to be with a nice shrug and elevated up, right? So we grab here and we push nice and tall. Very good. And if we look from the side, the barbell, the end of the barbell should draw a straight line, again, right down over the middle of the foot. So he's in a nice straight line. You can sometimes just see the ear in front of the arm. Good. Bring the bar back down. Good. All right. So again, take a great big deep breath and press, and finish with a nice shrug at the top. Good. Bring it back down. And one last one. Great big deep breath and press. Good. Bring it back down. And walk it in the rack. Good. Good. So a couple problems that we're going to see with the press is when we initiate the press, we like to push it out around our face. And what that's going to cause is it's kind of like holding a weight out in front. When we hold something out in front, like if I hold 45 pounds out in front, it gets really hard to hold that long, but I can hold it a long time here. So that start position is elbows slightly in front. That puts it over the middle of the foot. And then the finish position is over the middle of the foot. But we have to get from point A to point B in that nice straight line so we don't push the bar around our face. So we're just going to lean back a little bit on this next set just to get the face out of the way a little bit. So we're going to do one more set of 5, and we're going to try that. So he's going to take the grip of the bar, index fingers just outside the shoulders, palms are out. Good. Takes the bar out of the rack. Wrists are fairly straight. Elbows are slightly in front. Good. So you can see the elbows are slightly in front of the bar. The bar is right over the middle of the foot. But our face, if you look from the side, his face is in the way. Go ahead and push it around your face. What we don't want to do is go around the face like that. We want to go in a straight line. So we got to get our face out of the way. And we're going to do that by squeezing our quads nice and tight. He's going to take a great big deep breath. He's going to lean back slightly and then press and then come back under the bar and finish at the top. Good. Again, elbows are slightly in front. He's got to get his face out of the way, so he's going to lean back slightly and press a nice straight line of the bar. So one of these cues here is he's going to aim for the tip of his nose with the bar to make sure it goes as close as he can. Good. And let's do one more. He squeezes his quads, takes a great big deep breath, and presses. Good. And walk it in the rack. Good. So now that we know, you know, the press, and he's pressing properly, we're going to find a starting weight. So again, what we're going to look for is the bar speed just to slightly slow down on one of these sets. So we're going to do a set of 5, and we're just going to look for the bar to get a little slower on one of the sets of 5. We're just going to add weight at a time, a little bit of weight at a time, 5 or 10 pounds at a time until we find it. So let's go, you want to go 95? Let's go 95 pounds. Go ahead and throw that one over there on. So this is our first weight jump, and this is going to be our first set looking for his work weight for a new program. So he's going to take the same grip. Good. Takes the bar out of the rack. Elbows are slightly in front, wrists are straight. He gets his feet set. He's going to squeeze his quads, take a big deep breath, lean back, and press. Good. Now again, let's watch and see if we see any of that bar speed start to slow down from the first rep to the 5th rep. Good. Good. One more. Good. And rack it. So they all looked about exactly the same speed from the start position to the finish position. So let's go up again. And go white kilos. So we make a 5 or 10 pound jump. Let the athlete rest for a little bit. And when they're rested, we're going to come back in, and probably maybe on this set we may see the last couple reps start to slow down if it's going to be heavy enough. So let's see. Ready? Do another set of 5. Good. So again, let's watch the bar speed from the first rep. Yeah, slowed down a little bit. Good. So those are moving slower than what we just saw that last set of 5. Good. 2 more. Good. And last rep. And that right there would be a good starting weight to a program. So we saw that it wasn't so heavy that he struggled, but it was just heavy enough that the bar speed started to slow down a little bit. That's it. So Jake's going to take a grip on the bar, and the width of the grip is going to be as close to the index finger as close to the shoulder joint as possible without actually interfering. So for most of the guys, it's going to be right about where that rough stuff starts. This rough stuff's called neural, and this smooth section, for most of you, it's going to be there. We don't want to be so wide out here that we start hurting the shoulder. So a nice narrow grip, as close to the shoulder as you can get your index finger, the better. Now here's the key to this, is when he grabs the bar, he's going to rotate his elbows up, and he's going to turn his hand out slightly. So his hand goes out slightly. And what you see here is the meat of the hand, that's this part of your hand, is on the bar. So this is grabbing it how you probably want to grab it. And then he's going to rotate that out so that the meat of the hand, this palm right there, is on the bar. His fingers can't go around the bar so much anymore, especially his pinky finger and ring finger, but that's okay. They're just going to lay on top right there. So right there, meat of the hand. When he comes out of there, he's not going to want to let that wrist bend backwards. He's going to want to keep his wrist fairly straight, almost as straight as he can. So he's going to wrap his elbows under, duck down, and he's going to pick the bar up. Very good. And what you see is the meat of the hand is directly under that bar. What doesn't happen is that bar rolls back in the hand and that wrist gets bent back like that. That's hard on the wrist, and we just can't press as much weight that way. So he's going to bring that and make sure that the bar is right over the arm bones and on the meat of the wrist right there. Good? That's it.